While Showdown Sunday did not live up to its name in a lot of the early games, we had a ton of blowouts in Week 15. We did still have some teams clinch divisions and hang on to wild card spots. We're going to break that down in our first edition of Snap Judgments, joined by senior editor Eric Edholm. And Eric, let's start in the NFC North. The Packers beat the Bears 21-13, win the division for the second year in a row, and the Bears have now lost 5 of 6, falling out of that wild card spot.
It's really stunning, and I think there's going to be a lot of people saying at this game, okay, there were some bad calls against us, the pass interference stuff. Hey, listen, the Packers were the better team today, and I think it was pretty obvious in this matchup, plus in the Week 2 meeting up in Green Bay. They just outclassed them, I thought, on the field. Now, the score looks like it was pretty close. Obviously, the Packers, it's been a story this season. They haven't put teams away. Jaguars at home, a number of games where you felt like they could have just run away with the game, and they didn't. Now, that may cost them in the playoffs, but right now, they're a better team than the Bears. They look poised to win the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers getting on target early with James Jones. It's been such an impressive job getting those receivers in line with all the injuries they've had.
And Mike McCarthy, a very strange play call on special teams. Punt return goes awry. They try to trick play, kept the Bears alive, but Chicago's offense just sputtered again. Staying in that division, the Vikings quietly at 8-6 now, a 36-22 win over the Rams. I think we could all agree Adrian Peterson right now is the story of the year. 212 rushing yards, approaching the all-time record for most rushing yards in a season. Oh, by the way, he tore his ACL at the end of last year. But the Vikings, Eric, the team you cover, are just hanging around in this wild card race.
Yeah, we'll certainly talk more about Peterson in the Shorts and Shells video, but I really think that it was the defense that did a really nice job early in this game, using different coverages, different fronts, kind of confusing the Rams, and making enough big plays. Some of those young defenders like Harrison Smith and Everson Griffin stepping in when Robeson went down today. Which is very impressive the way they did it. Now the score resulted in a couple late scores by the Rams. They gave up a couple touchdowns late, but I really thought that defense came to play on the road, huge performance. All of a sudden, they're really in line for one of those wild card spots.
St. Louis now falls to 6-7-1. They were kind of looking like a sleeper to factor in the race, but they are probably out of it. Going into the other conference, one more game to touch on. The Texans clinched the AFC South for the second year in a row, beating the Colts 29-17, got out to a nice lead. Then Indy started to come back like they have so often this year, but the Texans kind of squashed it, and it was an important win for Houston after what happened last Monday night.
It was, and they won the South. I guess I just was left wanting to feel a little bit more confident about this team. They just sort of leave something to be desired lately. They had a couple blowout wins early in the season where you felt like they had that ability to dominate a team. And this is a good Colts team. We know that. They're going to probably be in the postseason. Everything looks good for that. But I just felt like maybe they're not a dominant team, and maybe their best chance is going to have to be to win these close games and just be smart situationally and get some great individual performances by J.J. Watt, Andre Johnson, and Arian Foster. I think that's the formula they're going to have to use right now.
Another close win for the Texans when their counterparts in the NFC in the no respect category, the Falcons, routed the Giants. The Texans hang out, but they do win the division, and the Colts still need to get a win next week to hold on to that playoff spot. Those are our snap judgments from the early games in Week 15. To see more from the late games, check out Snap Judgments Part 2, and we'll talk about Adrian Peterson and Shorts and Shells. You can check those out on our YouTube channel and head to our website at profootballweekly.com.